primary ignition.
Hey, this is Marty Matulis. I play Vane on The Mandalorian, and you're watching the Virtual Cantina Network.
It's the groundskeeper in Studio 666. I can't believe I missed that all this time. Hi, everybody.
I love that little ship with him standing on it. Yeah.
I mean, how cool is it? Your first character in Star Wars, and they give you a minifig. Like,
there we go.
That's goals, man. Welcome, citizens of the Republic.
Back for another episode of Clone Wars Revisited. Tonight, we're going to be watching Season 2, Episode 9. I forget what it's called, but we're going to watch that one. And have a big old time. Talk about all things Star Wars, all things us, all things you. Hopefully, we get a bunch of people in here that want to chit-chat, talk, have a good time, because we are in the mood.
Yes.
Tonight's episode is Grievous Intrigue.
There we go.
Mm-hmm.
All this Grievous stuff. He's so shady, that Grievous.
And see, they make it out like, oh, here's Grievous. It's like, we had Season 1 Grievous. This is just Season 2 Grievous.
He's leveled up with the
now,
Sinister.
Who voices Grievous again?
Matt Wood.
Matt Wood. I thought it was, but I wasn't 100% sure.
Yep. Delightfully.
Does he do that naturally, or does he do that with electronic assistance?
I'm pretty sure he's got a little bit of a modification to it, but yeah.
There's some kind of filter. I remember him telling the story about how he got the voice of Grievous because George was looking for something very specific, and he brought in like a whole bunch of actors to audition, and he recorded one himself, and he gave himself like a code name or something, and recorded it and then submitted it in to George and whoever else, and the list went out with the code name and whatever else, and George liked Matt. And then when Matt got it back, he had like forgotten that he had done the voice and couldn't find the person. So if the name was Ashley Branzo, he was like, I never met an Ashley Branzo. Who is this? Where was this person? How do I find this? And I was like, oh my God, it was me. So so it was very that. So yeah, he had like a minor panic attack over it. I forget the whole story, but that was the gist of it. And then when they decided to get that bucket. When they decided to go with Matt, who's been working at ILM now forever. He's been in the sound department, multiple Academy Award nominations. Like, he's incredible. But George told him, like, once you're a named character and you can sign autographs as a character, it's going to completely change for you. And it did. Like, he goes to the convention circuit. He's in autograph cards. Like, yeah, he's amazing.
So sweet.
And he'll be at Rebel ScumCon, which is going to be a minor theme of the episode today. So for anyone who, I hope everyone enjoyed their big July 4th weekend and long weekend and relaxed as much as they could with everything going on.
My dogs and horses didn't, but I had a good time.
Oh, for sure. Yeah.
Yeah, I'm sure the fireworks, it's got to be, yeah.
My mom's dog was not having it for like the last week, and they're still lighting them off at 12:30 at night.
Oh, it's crazy.
The Thunder Blanket did the most. Not the meds, but the Thunder Blanket. You put that on the dog, and all of a sudden she was like, "Okay, I'm not scared anymore."
Wish that worked for Zoe. She was not having it.
So,
we were in Baltimore, which was relatively close to DC, but we didn't get a lot of fireworks. We were more in the suburbs. But we had a great weekend actually. But the VCN news of the weekend was that Spencer was on a YouTube show, a collecting show, with a lady named Nilda, who I've met before. She's a big collector, and they were talking all things Rebel ScumCon. So they were going over the guest list and some of the drink options and just all the fun stuff that can happen at the show. She's a big time con goer. And so I hope everyone who, now that they're back from your vacation, if you're looking for something to watch, after Clone Wars tonight, you can check out Spencer's interview. It's up on the Facebook page. I believe that was from Sunday. It was either yesterday or Saturday. My days are all blurred because of the
No.
long weekend. We went down, we had a fast turnaround too. We drove down Friday morning and came back Sunday night, which was the whole weekend, but that's fast to drive
Yeah.
like 4 hours each way to and from Baltimore.
Holiday traffic for sure through the
Mhm.
city.
Yeah,
Crazy.
it was manageable,
Good.
and it was nice to see our friends. One of my friends is in an independent band. They're actually like signed by an indie record label. Hey,
Nice.
Ahsoka.
She's like, I hear you talking
Yeah,
to people. I gotta
she's
be
so
on the
pretty.
show.
Yep.
Thank you.
Oh, and the cats have been so needy since we got back.
Oh, I can
But
imagine.
my friend Beck, her band is called Hand Apple. They had a performance at the Auto Bar in Baltimore, along with a couple other bands. There were like 100 people at the show. It was pretty packed.
Wow, that's good.
And Jason got to be a guest vocalist. So there were a bunch of, it was Hand
Yeah.
Apple Friends, kind of like Dave Matthews and Friends. So guest vocalists helping out and a couple other bands, and it was just a blast. The whole show was fantastic, and the
That's
weekend was
awesome.
great. And now it's like back to reality, you know?
Nah.
Back to life as normal.
Yeah, and we're 2 weeks out from San Diego Comic-Con too, so it's like crunch time for me.
Oh, I miss San Diego Comic Con so much. It was so fun.
Yeah, it's a beast though. You know
Yeah,
it.
it is.
It's like, and it's getting more expensive every year and harder to make money and more overwhelming, I think. Like the floor is chaotic and everyone is there filming and creating content. Not that I'm not going to be doing that at my booth, but at least it'll be in the confines of the booth. Like
Yeah.
I'm scheduling people to come meet me for interviews and like I'm filling up my day of like I'm available during these hours to come talk to me, like office hours. You know, but yeah, I'm excited about Comic Con, but that's around the corner, and yeah,
Always is.
the summer's like evaporating on us.
It really is. It's come by so fast.
Well, it stays warm until like October, sometimes November here. So
Mhm.
summer tends to be a little bit longer in North Carolina.
Yeah, and it's more of a state of mind, you know.
Yeah, we
And you
do.
and you have a lot of like you live on a farm, you have a lot of outdoorsiness to you. Like
Oh, yeah.
Ashley and I are much more in the city, so I feel like we don't feel the outside of it very much. Like I'm trying to get to the beach just a couple more times before the summer ends, and I know that sounds crazy, but yeah. Troy, this is an interesting thought that you're pointing out. The rise of smaller local cons. Um, we are obviously partnering with Rebel Scum Con down in Texas. They've got about 30 guests coming, and we're doing a Boonta Eve attached to it with 13 guests. I think this is the model that's going to be taking off over the next 5 to 10 years in the industry. I think the big cons struggle to hit their minimums and have to bring in like really gigantic artists and actors, and
New York.
it's going to be
Yeah.
yeah, and it gets overwhelming for individual consumers, whereas these little boutiquey kind of specific niche things are going to take over. Even Star Wars Celebration could be considered niche, right? I mean, it's
Oh,
100,000
sure.
attendees, but it's like one slice of the fandom.
Right.
Yeah,
It's the love of all things Star Wars, and that's why I say there's nothing like it, because
Yeah.
it's like, how often do you get that many people who love the same thing as you in one building?
hmm
Star Trek conventions, really, that's it.
yeah. Rare to find a fandom big enough to support like an entire convention, and to have like add-on events. Yeah, Spencer is taking us through it. Boonta is. I plan on sleeping because so I still have to get to San Diego before I even make it to Texas. But it is going to be
Mark is
such
going
a
to be like
blast.
crawling through the next few weeks, which is
Mhm.
really crazy. Sherry says this year's Cincy Expo is pretty much a Superman convention. Hey, I got no problem with that. They did that at Rhode Island last year. It was great.
Mhm.
So
And it
More or
makes
less.
sense. Cincinnati is an important city in like the Superman lore. That's kind of like the
It's right outside
original.
of Cleveland. Yeah.
Yeah.
So Cleveland is home to Superman. Like they have that in the airport, everything like that. So
The
they
train
shot
station in
there.
particular is like,
Yeah.
yeah, there's some shooting locations. That would be a fun trip for all of us to do.
Yeah.
Hmm.
I
Yeah,
know.
Emerald
Let's plan
City, to be
something.
honest, Troy, Emerald City is kind of hit or miss. I've been once, and aside from like high theft and everything being closed by the time the sun sets due to like, people trying to break into things, it's kind of hard to maneuver around there. At least in my personal experience. But yeah,
I
Sherry
think
says Cincinnati's the home of the Hall of Justice.
I kind of think that the intermediate ones will, spread things out like the GalaxyCon, the Fan Expo, not Fan Expo, Fanboy. Fanboy is going to be in Knoxville. It's also going to have the Superman theme going on there. They've got 4 of the 5. I think they don't have Tyler Hoechlin, but they've got Dean Cain, Brandon North. Who was the one guy that was just a little Superboy, played Superboy? Christopher, I want to say Christopher something or other. But anyways, they've got 4 of the existing 5 minus Cavill because nobody's getting him at a con.
Hmm.
He makes too much money going making movies at this point in time.
Yeah, Kyle Solar got announced for Rebel Scum. That was their last talent reveal, which is very exciting. So
So
the
exciting.
list is complete. It's his first U.S. appearance. So for anyone who's
Is it
working
really?
on an Andor piece, yeah, like if you've been trying to get Andor, by the way, that cast is like so amazing. And where do you stop, right? Because season 2 has a lot of new people that we didn't see in season 1. It is really just. I mean, you can go crazy with all the Andor signers.
Easily.
See, that's
Yeah.
why I like doing what I do because I don't have to go, I'm missing 3 people. I just go, look at all my photos.
Yeah.
Exactly.
You're missing 3 people from, Andor. And I was like, how can you tell?
Exactly. It's exciting.
I was very excited today. I actually whistled. Since I had my little surgery and they nipped my my nerve and my mouth still doesn't open the way it's supposed to when I smile.
You look good though. Look,
But I
here's the
can
thing.
whistle.
I know you notice it for yourself. I have not noticed it.
Same.
Without like you asking us to like hone in and
Of course, and then there's my wife who will call me Sylvester Lip or Stroke Lip.
Oh no,
Yeah, she digs in deep.
all temporary.
Yes.
Oh. Well, what did we want to cover before our episode tonight? Because we're doing another Grievous episode. We've got we are making our way through season 2, and in fact, we have. Oh, I should mention we have some guest hosts coming up. So,
Yes.
JB and Sarah are going to pop in a little bit. I forget exactly when. We have to talk to them, but it's coming up that they want to be involved in like some of the Mandalore stuff.
Yeah, they want
And
the
then
Mandalore stuff.
yeah, and then I'm traveling quite a bit. I'll obviously be away in 2 weeks, so someone's going to be. Yeah, Spencer, you are late to the game. We already talked about Matt Wood being at Rebel ScumCon.
We're on it,
Um,
dude.
yeah, I'm very excited that he's going to be there.
If you're not going to be here for the beginning of the show, then don't enter into
Yeah.
the conversation.
And we also plugged your appearance on the podcast you did.
Yeah.
Talk
Sunday.
all about you.
Nilda.
You need to
Yeah.
get here on time.
Yep.
This is gonna-
Nilda
Watch-
is lovely, by the way. She's, like I mentioned, a big collector and loves
Yeah.
helmets and stuff. And I think the last time I talked to her and the team, it was about Denuo Novo, which Denuo Novo will be at. I keep saying I'm going to be at San Diego Comic-Con, but like the headline news is that Denuo Novo will be at San Diego Comic-Con in the Star Wars Pavilion, 2913-G. I should have made a graphic and put it in here. Not that I'm a sponsor of the show or anything, but like
No.
you can come find me. And I will have cards to
But
give
you
out
are
that are.
Noah Nova, or however you say
I
it.
really, yeah, it's synonymous. But while I'm there, I'm going to obviously have Denuo Nova stuff, but I'm going to give these away too, Clone Wars Revisited cards, and I have
Cool.
Daughters of the Galaxy cards too. So if anyone comes to find me, are they double-sided? Here we go. Here are the
Yeah.
Daughters of the Galaxy cards. There we go. So whoever wants these, I'm going to have a bunch at San Diego Comic-Con. I always carry them with me, whatever convention I go to. And I'll also have them at Rebel Scum Con. We might doing some fancy password merch.
Woohoo!
Spencer mentioned something about giving away some patches that were VIP only at Boon to Eve, and I believe the password was something like "How dare you call Han Solo a bitch" or something. It's from Fanboys. I don't know the exact quote, so he'll have to confirm it in the chat. But I will have an equally ridiculous password
That
for.
is not it, you
Yeah,
guys.
that one's not it right
That is
there.
not it.
Yeah. Um,
Um,
yeah.
so quick TV and movie recap. Has
Mm.
anyone seen K-pop Demon Hunters?
No, I keep hearing about this.
God
This is like the
damn.
thing to
Okay.
watch. Yeah.
Yes, it really is. The animation, Sony Animation does it again. Phenomenal animation, really creative. Character design is spot on. My coworkers, my two coworkers, Jenna and Megs, are huge into K-pop, and like they're obsessed with it. Well, Megs hasn't seen it yet, but she will be obsessed with it. But Jenna is all in. The soundtrack is all bangers. Like it's modeled after actual K-pop stars and things like that, and it's got a really cute story. Lots of like Korean character designs, like uh, demon masks and Lucky Tiger and everything. Really, really awesome. Songs are phenomenal. So I watched that and I'm like, wow, this is really good. And then Sandman season 2 dropped, so I've been working my butt off and only managed to watch the first episode of part 1. Part 2 is not out yet, but it's a really good start. So if you like Sandman, check that out.
Have either one of you watched Ironheart?
That's next on my list.
I'm
I
halfway
have
through.
completed all 6 episodes of Ironheart.
Yeah. Did
You're
you like
further
it?
along than me.
Yeah.
Yes and no. But
Okay.
because you have not seen it, I cannot discuss what I did and did not like, because I will absolutely freaking ruin it for you.
Okay.
Oh, okay.
Next week, let's all come back with Ironheart so we can
Okay.
talk
Sure.
full spoiler, and then we can also promise everyone in the chat that could be a topic of conversation. Because related to that, I saw Megan 2.0. I really liked it.
Yeah.
And Jurassic World is out now. I'm going to see it later this week, but more importantly, I'm going to see Superman tomorrow. So we'll be able to talk Superman, Jurassic World, Megan 2.0, and Ironheart next week. I think
I will
that's
probably
a
won't get
lot.
Megan 2.0, but I'll get Superman and Jurassic World. And what was the other one that I wanted to see? Oh, shoot. There was something else I was going, I want to go see that. I want to go see that. I have to throw up the Fandango real quick.
Yeah.
So, but
Superman
yes,
tomorrow.
it's once again a good time to be a movie fan. I mean,
Yes, it
Sure.
is.
they're pumping out some good. Talk about content. We're getting some good content again. F1. I want to go see F1. I had some friends that saw it and said it actually was pretty good.
I've heard that too. It's really cool.
The cinematography is excellent and the story is good, which I was saying a week ago. Look, if you're going to make a racing movie, you got to have the cinematography because it's got to look badass, and you've got to have a pull besides they're racing.
Mm-hmm. Well, we talked extensively about the Lumina last
Yes.
time. Luminara, the Lumina.
The Luminara Illumina.
Exactly. All right, I want to put this up before we forget. Spencer's passcode to get this very special patch at Boon to Eve Special Edition Texas is "Nobody Calls Han Solo a Bitch," which is from Fanboys. Troy, I want to put up his comment because he loved Ironheart, and yes, Sacha Baron Cohen plays a critical role in the series, and he appears very late in the series. That spoiler has already been spoiled for me. And that's fine. No, but we know that he's in the show. Like the actor is in the show. You don't need more than that. Is more than that. But like he's been confirmed as being part of this cast for a very long time now.
Right.
And you will eventually find out who he is.
Yeah, and by the way, if you are alive and breathing and on the internet and a nerd of any type, it has been ruined, and that happens. Like, I mean, look, if I chose not to watch right away, you can't avoid it. And yeah, Spencer, there seems to be a large number of Tuesday viewings of this movie happening. I luckily got tickets for Superman through like Prime Video something something.
It doesn't come out till the 11th, so I'm guessing
Well,
it's all early
Friday.
access.
Yeah, this is like some
Okay.
early access kind of
Okay.
thing. So
I think me and my mom are gonna go next Tuesday.
yeah, we're probably going to do Jurassic next week, which by the way, Jurassic World is like a giant hit. So congrats to Scarlett and Jonathan Bailey and Mahershala Ali. Like
Love
it is
Mahershala.
amazing. The three of them like carrying this. I mean, the dinosaurs, I guess, are carrying the film, but like apparently, this is a good mix.
I read somewhere that Gareth Edwards, obviously who directed this, did one of the T-Rex scenes to look like a Rancor. So he did that on purpose, just how it looks.
Oh,
Okay.
Jason is texting me. Tomorrow night is the Amazon Prime screenings.
Okay.
Tonight is the premiere, and Midtown Comics in New York also had a screening for Superman. Maybe a screaming too.
Screening for the screening.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh my gosh, that's amazing. I love how like invested everybody is and how nerdy they're getting with it. It's
I'm very excited about
good.
Superman, and I know that our very own Dave O'Neill is very trepidatious. And believe me, I'm in every chat, so I see every negative,
And Skip is too.
and everyone
We
hates
love you, Skip.
everything about everything, and it is exhausting. And
I'm starting to come around, but we'll see.
Yeah.
I'm
and here's the thing.
optimistically cautious.
Yeah, and that's fair. Look, and also like it or don't. I kind of don't care. Only I'm now in like a one-way feud with all the people who don't like Superman, because like they haven't seen it yet, and it's partially because of the Snyderness of it all. Like in any other given world, if you were like, I don't really care for this thing, I would have been like, fine, that's none of my business. The Snyder of it all makes me like on the offensive to literally pull people in and be like, no, I need you to go watch this movie because one, I know it's going to be good. Like I'm a licensee and I know all about it. Like it's going to be good. And two, there are so many people coming at it from the Snyderverse side of things where they're like trying to tank the movie already that like we can't let them, you can't give them an inch. So
I
there's
disagree with
that.
you on a little bit on that. I could give two flying flips. I'm saying that nicely about Snyder
Oh, I'm
or
sure.
the
Yeah.
universe. For me, it's all about Cavill. I thought he played an excellent Superman and should have had a chance to keep on going. I liked his Superman.
I think he's fine. For me, he doesn't play Clark. He plays one version of
He plays
Superman.
more realistic Clark.
I don't think so. I think that he is very wooden.
Goofball Clark. There's Goofball Clark, which Christopher Reeves played
Reeve.
Goofball Clark. But look at Tyler Hoechlin. He plays the same kind of Clark that Cavill plays, which is a very serious, real human being.
But he also feels more layered. From what little I've seen, I've only seen a little bit of Tyler. Here's the thing. Superman's also not even in my top 10 of fandoms. Like just, full stop. I'm super invested in this movie, partially because I've like worked on product for it, but also I'm really excited about what the DCU could be. Especially as we look at like the many things that are coming. Like I think Clayface is going to be great. I'm very excited about Lanterns. Like I think Supergirl is going to be amazing. I'm waiting for them to figure out what they're doing with Batman. That's a separate problem. But like I really do think Superman is going to be good. And my concern is that like the fandom, like the wrong piece of this prior fandom has like poisoned the water. And by the way, I know you're not affected by that, and I know that Dave is not affected by that, but like even people who aren't affected by that are going to be counted in the number of people who, if this movie flops, are going to be like, oh, we did it. I really want to see the Snyder people like crash into a wall and get very humble.
I'm eager to see the Batman, the brave and bold Batman, because I grew up with that Batman.
Yeah, like a sort of sillier Batman. Look, it can't get any grittier. There's nowhere to go.
No. Well, not so much. Brave and Bold was a much more physical Batman. His abilities as Batman, on the physical side. Oh yeah. Get that turned off real fast.
That's Dave O'Neill
That's Dave
colluding, being
texting
like, "Tell them Superman's terrible. Send."
Also, Grant Gustin mentioned at a con this weekend that he's really interested in playing the Flash in the new DC universe. So
I'm sure he would be. I would
Who
say
is?
the exact same. Grant from the
Grant
TV show.
Gustin.
Oh,
They're
God.
not bringing in people from these TV shows to play these characters in movies. They're going to recast everyone. And it's going to be the same thing with Secret Wars. I think that Robert Downey Jr. is an aberration in that, like, they're going to make him carry over to a new character, but they're largely going to clean the slate when it comes to Marvel as well. Like, I can't imagine that they're going to bring back Chris Evans and whoever
Yeah.
else outside of that one movie, maybe. But, like, yeah. Oh, Sherry, I love this. I love Adam West. I think he's a spectacular Batman.
Oh
I
yeah,
love
it's
that
so fun.
cartoon. I love Michael Keaton. I loved Val Kilmer. I didn't love George Clooney, but, like, that's not even his fault. I think the movie wasn't great. But, like, I liked Ben Affleck, surprisingly.
I liked
So
George Clooney in the Flash movie.
sure, yeah, he's in it for 3 minutes, if
Yeah,
that. He's
If
in it for
that.
30 seconds.
but I thought it was pretty cool that
Yeah, that was cool. I think that Batman is a very malleable character, and I think Superman is not a very malleable character. I think that Superman is very specific, and I think Clark is a little sillier and has a little more layers to him. But, like, Superman is very Superman. Batman has a lot of different interpretations you could go with, and I think Superman does not. Like, it's almost like when you're creating a TV show, you've often heard the phrase like a wheel comedy, right?
Yeah.
Like, you put someone in the center and then everyone else is a spoke off of that center point to form the wheel. Like, Jerry from Seinfeld is the center point, and then there's a more ridiculous or specific character that spokes off of him. Same thing with, like, Sex and the City. Carrie's in the middle, and then you have all the other people, right? You build it that way. Superman's the middle. He has to be your, like, almost vanilla, everyday, understandable kind of, known person, whereas everyone else can get, like, weirder and more interesting, which is why, like, he has, like, Mr. Terrific and Green Lantern and Hawkgirl. Those are very specific weird characters
Oh yeah.
in this universe. And even I think the supporting players are kind of comic booky and weird. I'm very excited to see, like, Beck Bennett as, like, the sports reporter.
I
Like,
know.
it's so random. Like, that's gonna be fun, though. I think I'm pumped about this movie. By the way, if anyone else is not pumped about this movie, that's fine. I'm just, like, I'm literally in all the chats hearing how people already hate this movie and they haven't seen it yet, and that for me is the thing that makes me crazy.
I saw
I
Superman on cans of Arizona green tea today. They're
it's
marketing
everywhere.
it that much.
Yeah.
So
Well, and Fantastic Four is out there as well. We just bought a whole bunch of cereal. I know
Yeah.
you want to show your cans in a second. The cereal boxes have the Fantastic Four stuff all over them. So I may bring out a prop in a minute. Also, Brave and the Bold. Yeah, I'm with you, Dave. Like, I'm so excited for, like, any different ability. Oh, here we go. Jason to the rescue. Look what I got.
yes, I saw that today. Oh, as Invisible Woman, love it.
And it's very 70s inspired, like, the whole
Yeah.
aesthetic. Like, yeah, 60s. Jesus, sorry. Yeah, 70s. I don't know, something old. So, yeah.
I wasn't alive then. What the hell?
Yeah.
There was. Did you see the Alan?
Yeah.
What's his name? Richards what is Alan's last name? He used to play
Alan
the Green
Richardson?
Arrow.
Alan Richardson?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Have you seen him dressed up as Batman?
No. I've seen
Oh.
him in next to nothing because of Reacher. Those GIFs are everywhere. Yeah. I have not seen him as Batman.
I love that. Oh, fuck me. And from Reacher.
See, I've never seen the show. It's just, for me, that exists solely as Instagram content of him running around in his boxer briefs for some reason. I don't know what the show's about. But apparently it's amazing. I've heard nothing but good things about the show.
Yeah, he does
he's
it.
gigantic. Like, he's a
Oh.
huge man.
Well, he was the CW Green Arrow.
Yeah, no, I remember vaguely, like, who he was because of some football show, Mountain State something, that was also highly social. Like, it was the kind of thing where, like, why are there GIFs of this fake football team all over the place? And that was one of those TV shows that just has, like, a lot of pull quotes and, like,
I loved him as the
boys
Green Arrow.
behaving badly in college. Yeah, I've heard good things about him in the DC. So I'm surprised actually that
I'm
he
sorry,
wasn't cast as like
Aquaman. He was Aquaman.
that makes more sense, him being Aquaman. I'm surprised that when they were casting He-Man, he wasn't in the mix there, or as a villain or something that would go up against He-Man because he's got that build.
Oh, he's
Um,
mad.
yeah, but he'd be less believable as Adam. He's almost like a little too old now
And
to
so
be.
he's built like a brick shithouse.
He's ginormous, yeah. Like so, I don't know. There's probably plans for him. I could see him popping up in a Masters of the Universe as like a big villain type, or like the original hero, which would be like the ancestor of He-Man. Like that would be incredible. Because people really were fan casting him as He-Man for a long time. Which that's going to be the movie of 2026. We've got Mando, we've got Spider-Man, we've got not Secret Wars, Doomsday. We got Masters of the Universe. We've got Supergirl. Like 2026 is going to be like unbelievable.
Oh yeah.
It's going to be wild. All right. Do you have your can of soda? Yes.
They had buy two get two free. I bought 4 packs of soda, and they're all Darth Maul.
How are they
All
all
of them.
Darth Maul?
I don't know. I guess they get like certain ones at each location. So unless like you can stick your hand in like the handle thing that you punch through, you can't really see what you're getting. And they don't like differentiate okay, random cans into this box, whatever. It's all or nothing.
See, that's
And
crazy. It should be a mixed pack.
Maul.
All right. I could use a Maul one. Someone's going to bring Sam that to sign. I could see that.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
I can bring you one if you want. I'll bring it to Rhode Island. Oh, if I see you in New York, I'll bring it to New York.
Meanwhile, I'm looking at the time. It's 9:30 already.
Damn.
We have to
All
get
right.
into
time to watch.
Yes, it is episode time. All right, let me pull up.
Time for me to butcher.
Yes, I can't. My favorite part of the show is Skip doing the plot crunch for the episode. All right, take it away.
When the Separatists kidnap a Jedi, Obi-Wan and Anakin form a cunning plan to battle Grievous and the stage of dangerous rescue.
All right, that was pretty good. And then we've got our moral over here. For everything you gain, you lose something else. I don't really know if that's true. That's a weird. We've got a couple like wonky morals in the mix so far. It's been that. All right, let's see. Everyone, cue up your Disney Plus machines to season 2, episode 9. Episode 9. Grievous Intrigue. Yes, Grievous Intrigue. And I'm going to hit the countdown. By the way, they really did redo all of StreamYard, so I had to double check where everything is. It's actually easier to see the countdown now of all the things. I see it right there. So we're ready to go. I know. I was like, I like it. Yeah, so good times. All right,
I can't find anything ever.
Yeah. Now this is actually a better organizational schema than what we had before. It's boxy and it's much more visual as opposed to a list, which I guess it depends on how people enjoy their their layouts, but I thought it was good. Okay. All right, everyone, season 2, episode 9, Grievous Intrigue, and hit the countdown now. Sign my volume off. I was listening to videos because I videoed the whole show in Baltimore this weekend, and so I had my volume up on my computer. I was like, prison.
And I remembered the time clock this time.
Yes, there we go. We are on it. So it is working great.
Can you tell I took a nap when I got home? Nothing else to do. The power's out. Just slept on the couch.
The Jedi have been unable to stop the Separatist advances. I hear some kind of volume. Someone's got their volume on something. I like these space battles. A lot of lasers. So Eth Koth is the Jedi who is sort of the core character of this episode. One of the cool things about the Clone Wars is like I would never know who Koth is. I mean, I'm sure he was in uh, Attack of the Clones or Revenge of the Sith and sat in the background somewhere. But here we're getting like a full-on story with him.
Oh, that poor clone. Damn, Grievous. Also, they cleaned up the animation on him from season
Mhm.
1. Like, he's
Yeah.
a little more fluid.
Greatly improved. All of the movement looks significantly better from season 1 to season 2.
Also, like, are those dark sabers? Like, it looks like a dark
Vibro
saber.
blades. They look
Oh,
like vibro blades or something like that.
yeah,
Mhm.
that's wild. Oof.
Oh, and there's too many of them. You are outmatched. Outnumbered, really.
Ugh. I
Koth
need
is
your
here.
lightsaber.
Thanks for saying it out loud so the audience knows, because no 10-year-old is like, who the hell's this guy?
Who are you?
The reputation of a coward and a murderer. They're not messing around.
Mm-hmm. Lordy's trying. He's got a damaged arm and he's fighting these buttheads.
And you can tell Grievous is not really trying to kill him. Like, he could have done that by now.
Oh, easily.
Come on.
Ooh. This isn't fair. What the hell?
Also, crack the window at this point. Kill everyone. Like,
Nobody thinks of those things.
yeah. And now the Jedi Temple. Oh, there's Barriss. This is a nice array of Jedi here.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's Stas Ali. There's Luminara, Kit Fisto, Yoda, Mace. I do not care about your politics. Why are the kids here? Why are the kids here? This is so infuriating.
Like, Jesus Christ, man.
Yeah. And Ahsoka's like, I'll comfort you. She's 11. Like, this is ridiculous.
The blind leading the blind.
Yeah.
Also,
Oh,
you know I'm excited. Foo Fighters dropped a new song last week.
did they?
It's been on rotation for me. And Taylor's middle daughter Harper did the art. Dave's middle daughter Harper did the art for the single.
Oh, that's amazing. Cool. Oh, here we go. This is a small voice cast. So Matt Lanter, of course, playing Anakin. James Earl Taylor playing Obi-Wan. Matt Wood, everyone's favorite, playing General Grievous. He does the voice in Revenge of the Sith, and then, of course, in the Clone Wars, and he's just amazing. And he does a bunch of other stuff too.
Salukami.
Hmm?
Salukami.
Mm.
That word that took me forever to
Bless
say.
you.
0529. Angelique Perrin plays Adigalia. Adigalia, not Stas Ali. Adigalia and Stas Ali are cousins. I met Angelique Perrin at a convention in New York like 6 or 7 years ago. She was very cool. And she does a ton of stuff. But it was neat because like there are all these like little Jedi, right? That are like, or I guess Jedi that have small appearances across Clone Wars and whatever else, and you can live forever on that stuff. What else we got? T. Riley Baker, of course. Chris Edgerly does Koth, and he, of course, also pretty big in the animation space. He's done The Simpsons. He's done 312 episodes of The Simpsons.
Jeez.
He's Rod Flanders. As Rod and Todd, I think, are the, that's amazing. 312 episodes. He's also an Ultraman. which would have been it's actually separate from the Christopher Sean version, and a bunch of other stuff. And then Tom Kane, of course. So quite the cast.
We found you.
Answers that question.
Yeah, it's obviously a trap, like it always is.
It's a trap.
They found you.
This this one droid, the droid that seems to be in charge. I think Matt Wood did that voice also.
Stop bringing people to justice. Stop
I know.
it.
Just
It
blow
does-
them up.
There's no such thing.
Exactly.
We know that now. There's no such thing.
It is crazy to watch the over and over again being like, we'll hold them accountable. And I was like, this show's so stupid and unbelievable.
No.
Why do these people keep thinking that they can hold the bad guys accountable? And I'm like watching it play out in real life too. So it's very like George Lucas accidentally wrote the template, and we gave him a lot of crap for it. But here we are.
He was playing 3-dimensional chess. We were playing checkers.
Yes.
Yeah. Oh, Admiral Yularen. There we go.
Butt face.
Oh, it makes me so angry to see. Meanwhile, this is the setup of the ship in like Imperial times, right? With the deck, the bridge, with the officers
Oh,
over
sure.
the lackeys, kind of thing. Like
Yeah.
it's such an indicator of status. But man, the way Yularen's fall from grace, right? Like to get from Clone Wars to the conference room table in A New Hope, and I know we're doing a lot of in-universe like retconning, right? But like the steps along the way, like we see him in Rebels, and he is not good in Rebels. He is not, and he's also in Andor. Like he has chosen fascism and has doubled down on his bad decisions. Like it's one thing to be like a part of the Republic and think you're doing the right thing, and then when you find out you're wrong, like some people really try to change their ways and leave, and numerous people do, and we see people even leave the Imperial side and join the Rebels. Callus comes to mind among many other defectors. Wedge was a defector.
Also, we weren't sure where Ryder was at for a while.
Yeah, and Sabine. I mean, she's a defector, right? There are tons of people who left. Admiral Yularen keeps climbing the ranks. He's Colonel Yularen at the end, basically wearing white like all the other admirals. And it's disheartening because we like love him in the Clone Wars, and we know that Anakin ends up as Vader, but there's almost something worse where it's like, all right, Anakin fell to the dark side. It's like magical and evil, right? And he's got a red lightsaber. Like Yularen continues to push the paperwork and organize the ships and like get the badges. Like that feels much more something that could happen to one of us, right? Like it almost seems so much worse.
Anakin hiding in like a sewer.
With Adigalia and some clones. Is that Rex? That's got to be Rex,
Yeah, it's
right?
Rex,
Yeah, that's
yeah.
Rex. Yeah. Every now and then a clone will pop up, and I'm like, "Is it Rex? Is it Rex?" And I have to look real quick.
That's what we've resorted to. Is that Rex?
Yeah, there's
It's
10
the
of
only
them
one
that
we
we
know.
really know the names, right? Everyone after that, they're a very special episode. In fact, the next episode, there's like it's about a clone deserter, right? The one who's on the farm.
Yeah,
So-
but he's awesome, and he shows up again in Bad Batch, so
Yeah, he's very cool.
he's the best.
The
I like
clones
Cody.
are yes. Oh, people love Cody.
I'm waiting to hear what happens to Cody.
Did we ever get resolution with Cody? I don't think we did.
No.
We kind of did in Bad Batch. Like he was talking to Crosshair, and he's admitting that he felt guilty about what happened, and he's
Didn't
still
he
carrying.
leave?
Yeah, he defected and
Yeah.
took off somewhere, but we don't know where he went.
That was in front of that big wall, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
I'm remembering that now. Yeah, the Bad Batch is such a blur. Even though we did like a whole ass watch along for it, like
Yeah.
I really, it feels like 1,000 years ago, and there's so much content to
I
keep track of.
know.
Yeah.
When I think about how many years ago Mando came out, and I'm just like, wait a minute, that was like a year and a half ago. Really?
I remember that Thanksgiving. Wasn't it? Didn't it come out on Thanksgiving Day?
Mm-hmm. It's trippy. Don't fuck with Kenobi. Come on now. You know
I'm
better,
looking for
Grievous.
It
the.
never goes well.
I'm looking for the guy. Here we go. Noshir Dalal played Vice Admiral Edmo Rampart. So Admiral Rampart from the Bad Batch. And a bunch of other smaller voices too. And he's in the Young Jedi Adventures, and he's in Tales of the Jedi, and he's in Star Wars Squadrons. So he's been in the video games for a little bit, and he was in Jedi Survivor as Bodhi. So
Oh.
Noshir Dalal has done a bunch of stuff. Admiral Rampart was amazing in Bad Batch.
Oh,
And
he
it's
was
like,
so
I gotta
bad.
That
talk
was
to him
an
about that.
amazing character.
Yeah. And if we had your Bad Batch poster,
I was
Ashley,
gonna
would
say,
bring it.
I'm looking
So,
right at it here. I'd be like, hey, Spencer, can you meet me at my job and come get my poster?
Yeah, he would do it. He would drive over.
Oh, yeah.
And yeah, he'll be there because Michelle's going to be there too, and obviously so is D. Bradley Baker, and honestly, David Collins could sign that too because, like, David's worked on that as well.
Yeah.
And he's worked on everything. Actually, I want to while I'm on, here we go.
Is Rampart on my poster? That's the question. I don't even know.
It doesn't matter. I mean, it's a Bad Batch poster, right? I don't think the character would be on there.
I think. Well, we know that Ian McDiarmid is on here. Oh, wait a minute. Hold on. Yeah, he's right front and center at the bottom, next to Nala Se and some shock troopers, and that scientist lady voiced by Kira Castle Hughes. Yeah, he's on here. So, hey, Spencer.
Amazing.
And I still have to go and have Carl Lumley sign my Dr. Sleep poster. Why is he only going to Connecticut and not Boston? Yeah. So, yeah.
It's crazy that this is another episode where Anakin and whoever else need to remain separated from Grievous. Because we can't have Anakin and Grievous meet before Revenge of the Sith.
Precise about it, though.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah, utterly ridiculous.
Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna call those the ninja droids because they're like weird.
At least they're killing droids this time and not other people.
That's always a good thing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Kenobi's like, I'm really sick of you, buddy. It's Kylo running the place.
Yeah, Obi-Wan puts up an amazing fight, though. Like, how is he even alive? This is a giant robot with 4 lightsabers. This makes no sense.
Your arm's about to blow up, homie.
Yep. Yeah, pay attention to that guy. And now chop down Eth Koth.
Get him out of here. He's got an injured arm and he's being held up by it. Like, what the heck?
You're not going to get Grievous. Like, this is ridiculous to send Obi-Wan one-on-one against Grievous when he's killed so many other, not even Jedi. I guess he's actually killed 2 Jedi at this point, at least within the Clone Wars.
Yeah.
Him running around like a spider is ridiculous.
Ugh. Yeah, Anakin's like, shut your face.
Yep. Exactly. I'm out of here. She has the right idea. I'm gonna follow orders real quick. It is amazing that it's like we'll send battalions of clones to go get that Jedi back, and we don't care how many of you die.
Padawans, masters, we don't care. Just
Yeah,
go.
and it's true that we shouldn't be trading or letting someone die, but like it does seem crazy every time someone gets kidnapped that there's like an escape team, to a scale of 1,000 more.
And then I just see these clones and I think, you are gonna end up in stormtrooper armor.
Hmm. If they're still alive, most
Yeah.
of them aren't going to make it. I mean, because after Order 66, I mean, they're going to start getting decommissioned. That's a whole. Remember, Senator Chuchi was talking about. I love her, by the way, Senator Chuchi.
Yeah,
She's
she's a cool
adorable.
character.
And yeah, she came back for Bad Batch. They gave us like little breadcrumbs of things, and one of the things I appreciate about Star Wars is they trust that we have seen the prior thing, that we have paid attention, um, that we care about the background of these like minor characters, and they kind of leave things open to be like, hey, we may see her again. So we're going to tell you a little bit about what she's up to, but not like fully give you her whole story, which I really appreciate. Like, not a lot of other fandoms do that and trust. They don't trust their fans to have the patience or the desire to go and read. Like, as much as I hate it in the homework, like there are times when I'm like, why do I need to like learn this thing offline? We will do it.
Yeah. Oh my god.
Is Master Odigalia okay after this? I don't remember anymore.
Yeah. He just spiders up the wall like a lunatic.
Yeah. Yeah, because she dies at a later time, or Stas Ali dies. I don't remember. Guys, I'm sorry, I don't remember my lore on this one. They're such minor Jedi, but one of them is killed by Savage Opress, and then the other takes. It must be her. Odigalia must be killed, and Stas Ali takes her place on the council because they're cousins. That's how they retcon the fix of like the actresses changing between Attack of the Clones and Revenge of the Sith, and it's why some of the source books from those time periods are now considered outdated. But Clone Wars like changed that, and they needed Savage Opress to kill some people, and they needed him to kill actual Jedi, which he does quite a few of, and I believe Stas Ali is one of them. I can fact check that on Wikipedia another time, but tonight's not the night. I'm so exhausted from the weekend, and we've got the Superman thing tomorrow. We've got a new episode of Daughters on Wednesday. Are you excited?
I'm so excited. We are delving into the costume design of Andor with Michael Wilkinson and his crew, and I am so excited for this.
That's going to be a blast.
Beautiful,
I think
beautiful
you guys are smart to start, like, if you're going to do like costume design, like picking one particular series as a thing, and then you can expand out at a later time to other things. Like you and
for
Sarah,
sure.
yeah, it's gonna be great.
Ever since like season 1, like the design of all the costumes, especially like you said it right out of the gate, like the pre-More people costumes, you're like, oh, so tailored so well.
Yep.
And just on point. So
Mhm.
and of course we get the Ferrex costumes.
I really
And
wish I had pulled together like a Cyril Karn cosplay to go
I
meet
know,
Kyle
right?
Solar.
I
Like,
mean, but who knew? Like,
yeah, I know. And it's the kind of thing where I was like, well, I'll never meet this man. He doesn't come to America. And then who do they announce?
but he's American.
That's what's so weird. Yeah. Um, but yeah, I love his blue suit from season 1. Yeah, it's incredible.
I'm excited. I think you should throw something together. Like, even if not that, maybe something like his Gorman outfit with the
Oh, that could be cute.
right?
I bet you, and look, I would never tell people to shop non-licensed, but I bet you could Google a very cheap, DIY kind of costume for the event. Yeah. Or
Just
the
get the
crazy
crazy
tie.
tie.
That works too.
So I follow
Yep.
For the Lore on Instagram, and they have
Mhm.
a lot of like where you can buy stuff from like all of the Star Wars shows, and a lot of stuff you can get on Amazon.
Oh yeah. I mean, they do. Here's the thing: you can't make everything from scratch.
Right.
Like you have to use off the rack things.
And you can
Um,
weather it as you see fit,
yeah,
sure, but
and just pull it into the universe as needed. And once you start pairing stuff together, I remember when I was working on The Walking Dead. This was when I was at Tops, Ashley. So it was the same time you were drawing for us. And you drew for Walking Dead, right?
no, just Star Wars.
Just Star Wars. Okay.
Just
We only
colors,
did like
yeah.
one or two sketch card sets for Walking Dead, but
Yeah.
that was like it took us a minute to get rolling on that because of everything with AMC. Like they're very
Mm,
particular.
yeah.
Um, we got costumes from them, and the costumes were literally clothing from like the Gap. And it was the kind of thing where like these are actually off the rack items because guess what? In this universe, they would own jeans from like Wrangler and wherever else because they're like real stores that existed in real America before this like fake zombie apocalypse. So that was
Yeah.
their sort of reasoning for doing it that way, and I thought that was fine. But when all the costumes arrived, they didn't send us complete costumes. Everything was cut in half. So like you like couldn't have like so I had like half a jacket and like half a shirt, and that was fine because the yields on those are gigantic. Like if you get a shirt, you get like like couple thousand
Yeah,
couple
and it's
thousand cards out of
literally
that.
like
Yeah.
something like
So I don't need
this.
a full shirt anyway, but it was the kind of funny thing where they sent us like these half jackets and half shirts and half pants
That is
um,
so weird.
to put into cards. Yeah, and and by the way, those cards that didn't do particularly well, but we were able to get like real screen used and sometimes stunt version of costumes and things that were really on screen. They also gave us bullet casings. Like the AMC team was wild. Like
Oh
I
my
was like, what can you get
gosh.
us? And other than approvals, which took forever,
Yeah, that
and
was a
like
main thing that a lot of artists had a problem with.
yeah, AMC was especially challenging when it came to getting approvals on all things Walking Dead, and I don't know if that was like due to the showrunners or whatever else, but like even assets they gave us needed like retouching. They were like, "Oh, you can use this picture, but you have to blur the license plate." I was like, "Well, why isn't the photo that you gave me already have a blurred license plate? Like, how would I know that? It's got a license plate in the show, but I guess you know what I mean. Like, it's that kind of stupid shit."
Yeah,
Um,
it's weird.
but then they gave us really cool stuff. Like when we were doing our season 5 stuff, I got like a case of just like buckets of clothing. And then for the props, like they gave us actual props with the bullet casings, and they explained like all the different bullet casings and whose guns they aligned with. So there I am on my computer at work being like bullet casings for these particular guns and this and that, and like what are the photos and how they match up. And I'm like, I'm gonna get arrested. I was like, I need to tell someone I'm working on this at work because this is like important for the cards, right?
That's wild.
And we
I
were
didn't
able
know
to
they
put
did
in
that.
like I guess they weren't bullets, they're shell casings. I don't know. I'm
Yeah.
not an ammunitions expert, right? But like some of them were like this long, and we had to cut them in half and put them into the card. You can find them up on like eBay, guys. It's actually
Oh,
like really
okay.
cool.
I did not
Yeah,
know about that, but that's really wild.
those were
Yeah.
neat. They were relatively limited, but like we chopped them all, like as many as we could. And we got lots of shell casings into cards along with costumes. And then what else did we had multiple cards that had two costume pieces. So like we'd mix and match characters who were in the show together and be like, here's a piece of Daryl's shirt with like Carol's shirt. There you go, both on the
Daryl
same
and
card.
Carol double
Yeah.
auto with shirt pieces.
Oh
That's
yeah,
really
we did a
cool.
ton of stuff like that. It was a
I have
blast.
to say, I'm looking forward to next week. Yeah, this is one of my favorite episodes. This is like one of the first episodes like I'm excited about.
Yeah. Oh my
The
I,
gosh.
I like this storyline.
The one with the clone who's
The
been
deserter.
the deserter, yeah. Oh, Mr. Hicks. What did
It's
you like
nice
so much
that
about that episode, Skip?
That he got what nobody else got to. He got to have a family.
Oh, that is nice, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's a good point.
yeah, and so much so like even they liked him like Filoni and crew that they brought him back for Bad Batch, and um, that
Yeah.
honestly it's one of the throwaway things that you think is just like, oh, it's a one and done thing, and then he comes back around and it's you get to see how Omega bonds with his kids and all this stuff. So I agree with Skip. This is a
Mhm.
good episode.
Yeah, it'll be a really good one. In fact, let me look at. I just closed this, and Mr. Hicks is up here. Mr. Hicks,
Pixie!
are you gonna jump up? He's making me Yeah, oh, there we go. He jumped right up. Okay,
He's
good.
unplugging your Wi-Fi.
Yeah, he was on the ground and like just desperately needed some attention. Mr. Hicks.
Pixie, we love you.
Right this
You're,
way.
you're so stinking
There
cute.
we go.
He's
He's
like,
a
you
big
Trying
lo-
old kid.
He's gigantic. He's 15 pounds. Like, look at this
dang.
guy.
Holy
I know,
shit.
you're so big.
You is a
I know, I
butterball.
love you. Yeah, he's desperate for attention because we were gone for a few days. So it turns into like last night we could not sleep. He just kept booping our noses. It was like
Are you guys
way
alive?
too much.
Hello?
Yeah, exactly.
Hello?
And I'm like, yes, and I'm trying to sleep, you son of a bitch. Um, it was too much. Um, I want to look at the schedule of
Yeah, what do we got coming up this week
yes.
on the
Where is
network, the Virtual Cantina
I
network?
had so much fun dropping into the Zoom chat last week. It was great. I just, because Sherry and
You should do that
Lonnie.
more often.
Yeah, I did. Sherry and Lonnie and Jeff had all seen Life of Chuck, so we ended up talking about it and just kind of like fleshing it out a little bit. So it was nice to like get together and discuss it and like completely ruin it for anybody else who hasn't seen it. But yeah, it's quite the movie, and again, I cannot recommend it enough. If it's still playing near you, please go see it. If it's not, get it on streaming, buy the physical media. I don't care. It's a beautiful film, and you'll love it.
Mhm.
Cool.
Yeah, I gotta try to get. Well, tomorrow I've got Superman. This is what I mean. Like
Yeah.
I'm never around on the Tuesday chat. Um,
Listen to
But I
good times.
I know. I gotta get in there, especially
Just
before
get in there and
Texas.
start streaming the movies.
Yeah. Well, all right. So
It's all right. We'll forgive you.
tomorrow we've got the stream. Wednesday, tell us again what's happening on Daughters of the Galaxy.
So on Wednesday, Daughters of the Galaxy at 9 p.m. Eastern, 6 p.m. Pacific. Sarah and I are going to be talking costumes of Andor, featuring the talents of Michael Wilkinson and his crew. And you know there's some key costumes in that show, and you're not going to want to miss this. We
I
get
love Bridget without a costume.
yeah, we get really nerdy with this. So I am excited. I can't wait to go over all of the pictures that Michael has been posting on his Instagram. Just beautiful, beautiful work. And of course, you guys watch the show. You
Mhm.
know.
Yeah, the costumes in Andor are second to none. I mean, they're unreal. So that's going to be a great show for Wednesday. So
So
make sure you
excited.
guys tune in. And then Dave, Jeff, and Spencer are doing our summer of spoofs and adjacent media over on the Thursday night watch along. So they're doing 3 episodes of The Big Bang Theory.
Please tell me it's a James Earl Jones episode.
Pretty
Please.
sure that's one of them. James Earl
Yes!
Jones with Carrie Fisher. I mean, that's a given, right? There's
Yeah.
also Mark Hamill's in an episode where I think he plays. Does he marry them? I can't
Yeah, he
remember
marries
now.
them. Yep,
Yeah.
he does.
Skip,
Yep.
you remembered that one, and I did not because we were talking about this last week. Dave, if you know the episodes that you're covering, someone actually asked on Instagram today, and I didn't know the answer right away, so I had to go check. I meant to ask you guys earlier, but I think they're doing 3 episodes of The Big Bang Theory. We've also floated the idea of doing oh god, I forgot everything now. That 70s show because they have
Yep.
a Star Wars episode, the Goldbergs, which we love, love, love. There's 2 Star Wars episodes of that. There's a Pinky and the Brain episode of
I
that
forgot
they
about
do with
that
Star
one.
Wars,
Yeah.
which I have to watch that. That's on my list.
Oh, it's
So
been so long.
yeah, there's some
Oh my
really
God.
great stuff. So Thursdays are going to be really fun because there's nothing new coming from Star Wars until the Lego stuff that's happening in September now. September, right?
Yep.
With the Rebuild the Galaxy.
That is true.
Yeah.
Rebuilt the galaxy and good old the dark side taking over.
Yeah, so that'll be fun.
Also, like Sinners. I don't know if you guys know Sinners is on HBO Max. I haven't watched it yet, but it looks like it's gonna be fun.
I hear it's really good.
Yeah.
Sinners was incredible.
That's what Kevin Bacon and his wife told me that I
Kevin
should go out
Bacon?
and see. Yeah.
Kevin and Kyra?
I was gonna say
Oh.
yes, you directly. Look, I love Sinners. I thought it was one of the best movies I've seen in years. And especially if you love music, like there's
Buddy
and then-
Guy. Hello.
Yeah. Oh, I
Blues
know.
legend.
So here's all the Big Bang episodes, and then Sunday is Unifying Force, where Dave is going to give a glowing review of Superman. I can't wait for him to love it. and Kat and Geo too. But then, yeah, big news Saturday. We're doing a very special edition of Celebrating Autographs. We haven't had one in a while, and we realized that while we've done a news desk for Rebel ScumCon, we have not done a proper Celebrating Autographs. So we will take everyone through, and we're a month out from the show. It is
Yeah.
time to get your pieces ready. We're going to go through all of the guests on the list because it is extensive. I mean, I'm just gonna like list real quick, like Katie Sackhoff, Sam Witwer, Emily Swallow, Matthew Wood, Robert Ems, who plays Lonnie from Andor. It is our hot Lonnie summer, as
Legendary
they've been saying.
Lonnie.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tite Flesher, Simon Cassianitis, Dennis Lawson, Lauren Peterson, David W. Collins, and it's his first ever convention, which is crazy.
Ooh,
I,
yeah,
I
that
know
is
he's,
crazy.
yeah, I mean, I feel like he's always at the stuff as like a professional, but he's never
Yeah.
done like a signing.
Yeah, that's true.
Piero Neil Me, who is Erskine Samaj, that is Mon Mothma's assistant from Andor. There's several
Love
Andor
him.
people. Aidan Barton, and that's actually um, Piero's first Texas convention. Alan Rusco, Andy Secombe, Dermot Crowley, Dominic Burgess, and it's his first convention ever too. Femi Taylor, Gwendolyn Yo, Howie Weed, Jacob Roanhouse,
Awesome.
Jim Swearingen. I cannot talk today. Michelle Ang, Mike Estes, Nashir Dalal, who we already talked about at length, Rena Owen, Richard Oldfeld, Roger Christian, Ross Beedman, Shannon McRandall, Stephen Costantino, Toby Philpott, and Tux Akindinioni, who we had at our event last
So
year at the family
busy.
vacation. So,
Okay,
Also,
Jeff.
I need to get Gwendolyn Yo on my Bad Batch poster too, if she's not Say.
yeah, oh, absolutely. Yeah, you got to talk about a poster exchange coming up.
Spencer!
Yeah. So I'm very excited about this lineup because there's a little bit of everything in here. There's
Yeah.
quite a bit of prequels, um, not a ton of original trilogy, and I think there's just a function of like how many original trilogy people are still on the circuit signing, but a lot of Mando and a good amount of new content, Andor in particular, which is very
Sure.
cool. And then over on the Boonta Eve side, we also have quite the lineup. It's you know yes, Boonta Eve, with our very own Anna Graves, Omid Abtahi, David Ankrum, Taylor Gray, Diana Lee Inosanto, JJ Dashnoff, Fawn Davis, Nelson Lee, Marty Matulish, John Morton, Warren Poole Jr., Pam Riddle, and Christopher Sean. So it is a range of different types of guests, behind the scenes people, voice actors, people from new content, people from classic content,
Yeah,
a little bit of everything.
for
It is
sure.
it is a nice get your pieces ready. We did do a pretty thorough news desk on the Boonta Eve signers, almost like a celebrating autographs. So we're going to do that in depth on Saturday, me and Dave. So very excited about that.
Yeah. And also like having all those like a lot of first timers, like this is stuff you can't miss. So make sure you get your notes out,
Yep.
pen and paper, write all this down, save
And
it. Yep.
here are all the people that are going to be at Boonta Eve. So this isn't the Rebel Scum lineup, but it is the Boonta Eve lineup, and you can see everyone on here. It is quite impressive.
Yeah.
Very excited, and of course, we want to thank our sponsors as always. VIP Home Theaters. You can visit them at viphometheaters.com. Check out everything they have in their assortment. They've got fantastic furniture, audio tech, visual tech, speakers, TVs, all that kind of great stuff. And a huge a huge thank you to all of our sponsors who are helping us put on Ubuntu Eve 2025. It's going to be such a blast, Skip. I know that I know you and I were talking before the show started, getting everything situated. I can't believe we're like less than a month out.
Oh my gosh.
It is wild.
So crazy. That means I just gotta get a lot of work done for this MyCon.
Yeah. But thank you everyone who is contributing to help us. And of course, if you have not gotten your tickets yet, VIPs are sold out, but regular
What are
tickets
you
are still
waiting for?
available. Yeah,
Get
really.
it.
What you doing? Also, like the flights to Texas are cheap right now. It is crazy how affordable the tickets are to get to Texas. So if you're considering making the weekend out of it, obviously August 8th through the 10th, Frisco Convention Center for Rebel Scum Con. Boonta Eve is that Friday night on the 8th. And the Rebel Scum Boys just announced their unofficial official after party on Saturday at Dave & Buster's, which we have quite the affinity for here on the VCN. We're always there in Rhode Island, so that should be a good time. Yeah, it is
Very
coming
cool.
together.
I'm
And
excited
of course,
for
I
you
will be
guys.
there. Oh,
Yeah. I'm so excited you're going to be there. I'm sad that you're not going to be there, Ashley, but we will catch
Ashley,
you at
we're
the
going to
next
have a good
thing.
time.
Yeah. I'm trying to think if there's anything else we need to cover this week. We're full up for sure. It is a larger than usual week of programming because of the Celebrating Autographs on Saturday. And if you didn't see last week, we did our Pride show, me and Ashley and Mike. So tune into that. And like I said at the top of the show, check out Spencer's interview all about Rebel Scum Con with Nilda. It's up on our Facebook page as well. I think that's everything for this week.
I think we got it.
We've had a busy week, you guys.
Yeah. All right, well, I hope everyone had a fantastic long weekend. Be sure to follow us on all of our social channels and check out all of our programming as always. And of course, as always, long live the Republic.
Long live the Republic.
Bye, guys.
Hello there.
Hi, I'm Mark Von Olin, the Director of Programming at the Virtual Cantina Network, and I'm here with James Arnold Taylor, the voice of Obi-Wan Kenobi.
Obi-Wan Kenobi. Yes, I know that one well. I have the high ground if I... Wait, yes. Thank you. Now I have the high ground. And you are watching Clone Wars Revisited. This is the show you're looking for.